My name is Nathan Hughes,
My name is Paige Stevens.
and we did our project on marine fishes, chapter 10.1, the first vertebrates.
And we're from period 5, and this is our 2018 final project.
Marine
Yeah.
biology,
Yeah.
final project. Fishes are the oldest and structurally the simplest of all living vertebrates. They also are the most abundant vertebrates in terms of both species and individuals. About 32,000 species of fishes are presently known to science. They make up about half of all species of vertebrates on Earth. Most species of fishes, about 58%, are marine. Many new species, however, are being discovered every year, but a good number is on the brink of extinction. There is some disagreement as to how to classify the major group of fishes. 3 groups are traditionally recognized. The 3 main types of fish include jawless fish, cartilaginous fish, and bony fish. Bony fish are the great majority of fishes. As the name implies, they have a skeleton made of partially bone, whereas the cartilaginous fish includes an entire frame made out of cartilage. And as the jawless fish's name describes, these fish have no jaw. Now, of these 3 fish that we discussed, the first one that we will get into detail with are the bony fishes. So as said before, the great majority of fishes are bony fishes. As the name implies, they have a skeleton made at least partially of bone. There are over 31,000 species of bony fishes. About half of all are vertebrates. Roughly 200 new species are described every year. A little more than half of all bony fishes live all or part of their lives in the ocean, where they are by far the dominant vertebrates. The composition of the skeleton is not only the distinguishing feature of bony fishes. In contrast to the tiny pointed plasmoid scales of cartilaginous fishes, bony fishes usually have a cycloid or ctenoid scales, which are thin and flexible and overlapping. Cycloid scales are smooth, whereas ctenoid scales have many tiny spines along their exposed borders. The scales are made of bone and are covered by a thin layer of skin, as well as protective mucus. Now, the next fish that we will be discussing is the cartilaginous fish. As said before, the cartilaginous fish are a fascinating and ancient group that include the sharks, rays, skates, and ratfishes. Cartilaginous fishes have a skeleton made of cartilage, a material that is lighter and more flexible than bone. Though the skeleton of jawless fishes is also cartilaginous, sharks and related fishes feature more significant advances. They possess movable jaws that are usually armed with well-developed teeth. The mouth is almost always ventral, that is, underneath the head. Another important development is the presence of paired lateral fins for efficient swimming. Cartilaginous fishes have rough, sandpaper-like skin because of the presence of tiny plasmoid scales. These consist of a pointed tip that is directed backward and have the same composition as teeth. The last fish that we will be discussing today are the jawless fish, which are the most primitive fishes living today. And because they lack jaws, they feed by suction with aid of a round, muscular mouth and rows of teeth. The body is cylindrical and elongated, like that of eels or snakes. They lack the paired fins and scales of most fishes, but like fishes and other vertebrates, the brain is protected by a skull. Some biologists do not even consider jawless fishes to be vertebrates because they lack true vertebrae. So one main example of a jawless fish would be the hagfish, or slime eels. They are jawless fishes that feed mostly on dead or dying fishes. They are known as the slime eel because of the abundant mucus produced by glands on the skin. The mucus is used by hagfishes to protect themselves while feeding with their heads buried in the dead fishes and whales.